we've got the battle of the dumbest. Let's start off with Allen West, who is planning on running in the gubernatorial race in Texas. He's trying to unseat the current governor, Greg Abbott. He recently got hospitalized with coronavirus, and of course, he is not an advocate of the vaccine. In fact, he has pushed against vaccine mandates, and apparently his experience being hospitalized changed absolutely nothing. In fact, after receiving treatment in the hospital, West said this: "I can attest that after this experience, I'm even more dedicated to fighting against vaccine mandates. Instead of enriching the pockets of big pharma, and get this, and corrupt bureaucrats and politicians, we should be advocating the monoclonal antibody infusion therapy, which of course is given by fairies and unicorns and not by the pharmaceutical industry." What? Okay.
I love how they celebrate their dumbness. Like, you didn't think that one through? Wait, I wonder where these other drugs come from that I'm promoting. And no one told you on your team? Allen, awkward. They're all made by pharmaceutical companies.
So patients can in fact get monoclonal treatments, but they are actually far more expensive than the free coronavirus vaccine that people can get. So pharmaceutical giants like GlaxoSmithKline manufacture the monoclonal antibody injections. And again, if you don't have the right insurance, or if you have no insurance and you end up hospitalized and get that treatment, you're gonna be spending quite a bit of money, possibly going into bankruptcy as a result of that. So great job, Allen West. By the way, if Republicans allegedly are so concerned with big pharma, interesting how they never advocate for allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices directly with pharmaceutical companies, thus allowing for lower drug prices in the country. Weird how they never advocate for those types of policies. They only claim to dislike pharmaceutical companies when they're pushing out anti-vaccine messaging. Now, I want to give you more of his anti-vax tirade, which later Governor Greg Abbott decides to one up. Let's watch.
And one of the things that I've learned, there's so many other protocols out there that we should be recommending to people. This should not be about forcing people to take a certain shot, but we should be offering and making sure that people are aware of all of these protocols that are out there. And that's one of the things I'm going to be committed to doing. I want to make sure that the Texas Medical Board, Texas Nursing Board, Texas Pharmacy Board never interfere and get in the way of what's best for you and your relationship with your doctor and your body. That's the key thing that I've learned. And I just want to let you know, do not fear COVID. And just remember, as it says in Joshua chapter 1 and 9, be strong and of good courage. For the Lord their God shall never leave you nor forsake you. Put everything in his hands and he will carry you through it.
700,000 Americans have died from coronavirus. You should fear COVID, especially if you are not vaccinated. The fact that this is a politically motivated disinformation campaign is pretty sickening. Because look, there's I mean, it's confusing for a lot of people, and I don't blame them for being confused. They're getting conflicting messaging thanks to these self-interested narcissists who are pushing out false information for their own political careers. It's sick. And so what does Governor Greg Abbott do? Well, he sees that. He's terrified of losing the gubernatorial race from a right-winger who's further to the right than he is. So he decides to one-up Allen West, releasing a statement indicating that there is a ban on vaccine mandates in the state of Texas. He says no entity in Texas can compel receipt of the COVID-19 vaccine by any individual, including an employee or a consumer who objects to such vaccination for any reason of personal conscience, based on a religious belief, or for medical reasons, including prior recovery from COVID-19. I hereby suspend all relevant statutes to the extent necessary to enforce this prohibition. Good job, Governor Greg Abbott. Not enough people, tens of thousands of people have died in Texas. Apparently not enough for Abbott, especially when it comes to ensuring the future of his own political career.
You know, they're having a dumb off. And if you disagree with 99% of the scientists in the world, you don't get to claim that you're smart. Oh, I figured it out, man. Somebody on Facebook told me all the scientists and doctors are wrong. I'm so smart. I know things you don't know. Really? Well, probably not. But when it comes to Allen West, I want to make a couple points. First of all, put on socks and shoes when you're doing a video. Second of all, by the way,
he doesn't want you to come in between him and his wardrobe, Cenk.
I know. Okay, and it's, by the way, we're not mandating it. I'm just saying, do the rest of us a favor. Okay, please take him off the screen. It's bothering me. Okay, number two, his wife also got COVID because it's highly contagious. She did not need to get hospitalized. You want to know why? Because she's vaccinated. Okay, she's like, yeah, you can do all that gibberish. Okay, I'm gonna go get the vaccine. Oh, look at that, you're in the hospital, I'm not. Anyways, but the most important part is how selfish she is, as usual. I survived, so I don't care about the rest of you. 700,000 of you didn't survive. Maybe you should have prayed harder, right? And I made it, so what do I care? I don't care, look. I'm the only person that exists in the world. They're always like that. Me. If I survive, then I guess everybody's gonna survive. No, you knucklehead, other people have different reactions. There's 700,000 people that are dead under the ground, but they're not me, so why would I care? I'm running a scam here where I'm the one who's gonna be the dumbest, so I know the Republican voters love that. And Abbott's like, not on my watch. I will put dumbness into law, okay? I will not allow you to be smart in the state of Texas. And by the way, but it's a virus, funny enough, that is spread throughout the entire Republican Party.
Absolutely.
So Chuck Grassley in Iowa, he was so against Trump after the January 6th riots. He said it was extreme, aggressive, and irresponsible. It was unconstitutional actions. He just did an event in Iowa with Trump and proudly took his endorsement. Why? He said, look, I was born at night, but I wasn't born, it wasn't last night. 91% of Republicans in Iowa support Donald Trump. So of course I took his endorsement. They're brazen about it. I mean, Grassley's saying like, of course I don't agree with him. Of course he was trying to do a coup, it was unconstitutional. But what do I care? I want power. I want power no matter how many people it kills, no matter how much it endangers our country. And a lot of people are pretending to be surprised, and I guess they're like, oh, even Chuck Grassley?
He's 88.
He's such a principled Republican.
He's 88.
There are no principled Republicans. None, zero. And Anna's right, he's 88, he's running for a 6-year term. He's gonna be 94 or 95 by the time why are you still running? Why are you debasing yourself with things that you know aren't true?
They can't help it.
Because because the greed is insatiable. They've got to have that power, money, and wealth. And mainly it's the power, it's true. That's why Lord of the Rings is so successful, because they hit on a human truth. The Grassleys and the Abbotts and the Allen West, they endanger their own lives, your life, because of precious, must have power. That right there is the embodiment of the Republican Party today. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.